Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's episode of Games and Names. Tonight, we delve into the exhilarating world of American football, a sport deeply rooted in the fabric of American culture. Let us embark on a journey through the rich history of this beloved sport, tracing its origins back to the late 19th century when it first gained popularity in the United States. From humble beginnings, American football has evolved into a spectacle that captivates millions around the globe. Tonight, we will shine a spotlight on the most important championships in American football, showcasing the storied traditions and fierce rivalries that have defined the sport. American football originated in the late 19th century, blending elements of soccer and rugby. The first game was played in 1869 between Rutgers and Princeton, leading to the sport's popularity in America. American football, referred to simply as football in the United States and Canada and also known as gridiron football, is a team sport played by two teams of 11 players on a rectangular field with goalposts at each end. The offense, the team with possession of the oval-shaped football, attempts to advance down the field by running with the ball or throwing it, while the defense, the team without possession of the ball, aims to stop the offense's advance and to take control of the ball for themselves. The offense must advance the ball at least 10 yards in 4 downs or plays. If they fail, they turn over the football to the defense, but if they succeed, they are given a new set of 4 downs to continue the drive. Points are scored primarily by advancing the ball into the opposing team's end zone for a touchdown or kicking the ball through the opponent's goalposts for a field goal. The team with the most points at the end of the game wins. American football evolved in the United States, originating from the sports of soccer and rugby. The first American football game was played on November 6, 1869, between two college teams, Rutgers and Princeton, using rules based on the rules of soccer at the time. A set of rule changes drawn up from 1880 onward by Walter Camp, the father of American football, established the snap, the line of scrimmage, 11-player teams, and the concept of downs. Later rule changes legalized the forward pass, created the neutral zone, and specified the size and shape of the football. The sport is closely related to Canadian football, which evolved in parallel with and at the same time as the American game, although its rules were developed independently from those of camp. Most of the features that distinguish American football from rugby and soccer are also present in Canadian football. The two sports are considered the primary variants of gridiron football. American football is the most popular sport in the United States in terms of broadcast viewership audience. The most popular forms of the game are professional and college football, with the other major levels being high school and youth football. As of 2022, nearly 1.04 million high school athletes play the sport in the U.S., with another 81,000 college athletes in the NCAA and the NAIA. The National Football League, NFL, has the highest average attendance of any professional sports league in the world. Its championship game, the Super Bowl, ranks among the most watched club sporting events globally. In 2022, the league had an annual revenue of around $18.6 billion, making it the most valuable sports league in the world. Other professional and amateur leagues exist worldwide, but the sport does not have the international popularity of other American sports like baseball or basketball. The sport maintains a growing following in the rest of North America, Europe, Brazil, and Japan. American football evolved from the sports of rugby and soccer. Rugby, like American football, is a sport in which two competing teams vie for control of a ball, which can be kicked through a set of goalposts or run into the opponent's goal area to score points. What is considered to be the first American football game was played on November 6, 1869, between Rutgers and Princeton, two college teams. They consisted of 25 players per team and used a round ball that could not be picked up or carried. It could, however, be kicked or batted with the feet, hands, head, or sides, with the objective being to advance it into the opponent's goal. Rutgers won the game 6-4. Collegiate play continued for several years with games played using the rules of the host school. Representatives of Yale, Columbia, Princeton and Rutgers met on October 19, 1873, to create a standard set of rules for use by all schools. Teams were set at 20 players each, and fields of 400 by 250 feet, 122 m x 76 m, were specified. Harvard abstained from the conference, as they favored a rugby-style game that allowed running with the ball. After playing McGill University using both American, known as the Boston game, for the first game and Canadian, rugby, rules for the second one, the Harvard players preferred the Canadian style of having only 11 men on the field, running the ball without having to be chased by an opponent, the forward pass, tackling, and using an oblong instead of a round ball. A football game is played between two teams of 11 players each. Playing with more on the field is punishable by a penalty. Teams may substitute any number of their players between downs. This platoon system replaced the original system, which featured limited substitution rules, and has resulted in teams utilizing specialized offensive, defensive and special teams units. The number of players allowed on an active roster varies by league. The NFL has a 53-man roster. While NCAA Division I allows teams to have 63 scholarship players in the FCS and 85 scholarship players in the FBS, respectively. Individual players in a football game must be designated with a uniform number between 1 and 99, though some teams may retire certain numbers, making them unavailable to players. NFL teams are required to number their players by a league-approved numbering system, and any exceptions must be approved by the commissioner. NCAA and NFHS teams are strongly advised to number their offensive players according to a league-suggested numbering scheme. Although the sport is played almost exclusively by men, women are eligible to play in high school, college, and professional football. No woman has ever played in the NFL, but women have played in high school and college football games. In 2018, 1,100 of the 225,000 players in Pop Warner Little Scholars Youth Football were girls, and around 11% of the 5.5 million Americans who report playing tackle football are female according to the Sports and Fitness Industry Association. American football has a unique history in Egypt, with the sport gradually gaining popularity and recognition over the years. The Egyptian national team in American football has made significant strides in showcasing their skills and passion for the game. One of the most important achievements of the Egyptian team was their participation in the IFAF World Championship, where they competed against top teams from around the world. As American football continues to grow in Egypt, it is important to recognize and celebrate the achievements of the Egyptian team. Their journey in the sport serves as an inspiration to aspiring athletes and showcases the power of passion and dedication in achieving success. American football, a sport deeply ingrained in American culture, has found a burgeoning fan base in Egypt over the past 2 decades. While relatively new to the Egyptian sports scene, the game's growth has been fueled by the passion of local enthusiasts, the establishment of leagues, and the creation of a national team to represent the country on the international stage. American football was introduced to Egypt in the early 2000s through expatriates, students returning from abroad, and the growing influence of American culture. Initially, the sport was played informally among small groups in urban areas, particularly in Cairo and Alexandria. The establishment of amateur teams marked the first step toward formalizing the sport in Egypt. Clubs like the Cairo Wolves, GUC Eagles, affiliated with the German University in Cairo, and the Cairo Hellhounds were among the pioneers, laying the groundwork for what would become an organized league. The Egyptian Federation of American Football, EFAF, was officially established in 2013, signaling a new era for the sport. The EFAF's primary goals included promoting American football throughout the country, organizing domestic leagues and tournaments, and establishing a national team to compete internationally. With the IFAF's support, the sport grew rapidly. More teams were formed, and the Egyptian National Football League, ENFL, was launched in 2014. The ENFL provided a platform for local talent to compete and improve, helping to elevate the level of play. The Egyptian National American Football Team, known as the Pharaohs, was formed in 2014. It brought together the best players from domestic leagues and clubs, aiming to represent Egypt on the international stage. The Pharaohs' debut came in friendly matches against neighboring countries, where they gained valuable experience. The team quickly became a symbol of national pride for American football enthusiasts in Egypt. The ENFL serves as the backbone of American football in Egypt. The league features several teams competing in regular season games, culminating in a championship match known as the Egypt Bowl. Over the years, clubs like the Cairo Hellhounds, MSA Tigers, and GUC Eagles have dominated the league, producing players who have gone on to represent Egypt internationally. The Pharaohs have participated in friendly matches against teams from countries like Morocco, Tunisia, and the UAE. These matches have helped the team develop its skills and gain exposure to different playing styles. While tackle football is the primary focus, Egypt has also excelled in flag football, a non-contact version of the sport. The Egyptian flag football team has participated in the Africa Flag Football Championship, showcasing impressive performances and achieving commendable results. Egypt's affiliation with the International Federation of American Football, IFAF, has opened doors for international participation. Though still building its reputation, the Pharaohs have begun competing in regional qualifiers and international tournaments under the IFAF banner. For American football to continue its upward trajectory in Egypt, a focus on youth development is essential. The EFAF has already begun working on introducing the sport in schools and universities, ensuring that the next generation of players has access to proper coaching and facilities. As the popularity of the sport grows, the ENFL is expected to expand, incorporating more teams from across the country. This expansion would provide more opportunities for players to compete and for fans to engage with the sport. The ultimate goal for the Pharaohs is to qualify for major international tournaments, such as the IFAF World Championship. With continued development and support, this dream could become a reality in the coming years. The history of American football in Egypt is a testament to the passion and dedication of its players, coaches, and fans. From its humble beginnings to the formation of the national team and its participation in international events, the sport has made remarkable strides in a relatively short time. As the Pharaohs continue to grow and represent Egypt on the global stage, they inspire a new generation to embrace the sport and contribute to its bright future. With continued support and development, American football in Egypt is poised to achieve even greater heights, solidifying its place in the country's sports culture. Patrick Mahomes, born in 1995, is a star American football player from Texas. He played college football at Texas Tech before being drafted by the Kansas City Chiefs in 2017. Known for his strong arm and athleticism, Mahomes quickly rose to fame in the NFL. In just his second season, he won the league's MVP award. In 2020, Mahomes led the Chiefs to victory in Super Bowl 54, where he was named the game's MVP. His talent and achievements have solidified him as one of the game's best quarterbacks, inspiring athletes worldwide with his dedication and passion for the game. Patrick LeVon Mahomes, born September 17, 1995, is an American professional football quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs of the National Football League, NFL. Mahomes has led the Chiefs to 6 consecutive AFC Championship game appearances and 4 Super Bowl appearances since becoming the team's starting quarterback in 2018. He is one of 5 quarterbacks in NFL history to win 3 or more Super Bowls as a starter. Mahomes' career accolades through 7 seasons in the NFL have earned him widespread praise from sports journalists, and he is considered to be one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Mahomes played college football and baseball for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Following his sophomore year, he quit baseball to focus solely on football. In his junior year, he led all NCAA Division I FBS players in multiple categories including passing yards, 5,052, and total touchdowns, 53. He was selected 10th overall by the Kansas City Chiefs in the 2017 NFL Draft. Mahomes spent his rookie season as the backup to Alex Smith. He was named the starter in 2018 after the Chiefs traded Smith to the Washington Redskins. That season, Mahomes threw for 5,097 yards, 50 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions. He became the only quarterback in history to throw for more than 5,000 yards in a single season in both college and in the NFL. He joined Peyton Manning as the only players in NFL history to throw for 5,000 yards and 50 passing touchdowns in the same season. For his performance in his first season as starter, he was named to the Pro Bowl, named First-Team All-Pro, and won the NFL Offensive Player of the Year and NFL Most Valuable Player awards. Mahomes is one of 4 black quarterbacks to win the AP MVP award. In the 2019 season, Mahomes led the Chiefs to Super Bowl 54, their first Super Bowl appearance in 50 years, where they defeated the San Francisco 49ers. Mahomes was awarded the Super Bowl MVP for his performance, the second black quarterback and youngest overall to do so. He is also the third African American quarterback to win a Super Bowl. In 2020, Mahomes signed a 10-year contract extension worth $477 million with another $26 million in potential bonuses, for a total of $503 million, making it the 4th largest known contract in sporting history. The year after signing his contract, he led the Chiefs to their second consecutive Super Bowl appearance, but they lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Super Bowl 55. In the 2022 season, Mahomes won his second career NFL MVP and his second Super Bowl MVP in Super Bowl 57 over the Philadelphia Eagles, becoming the first player to win NFL MVP and Super Bowl MVP in the same year since Kurt Warner in 1999, and joined Tom Brady and Joe Montana as the only quarterbacks to win multiple regular season and Super Bowl MVPs. In the 2023 season, he won his third Super Bowl MVP after the Chiefs defeated the 49ers in Super Bowl 58. Mahomes was projected to be a first or second round pick by the majority of analysts and scouts. During the throwing drills at the NFL Scouting Combine, his passes were clocked at 60 miles per hour, tying Logan Thomas and Brian Bennett for the fastest pass ever recorded there. Mahomes was ranked second best quarterback by SI.com, third by ESPN, and fourth by NFLDraftScout.com. Representatives from 28 NFL teams attended his pro day at Texas Tech. He became one of the fastest rising prospects during the draft process and had 18 private workouts and official team visits, the most for any prospect in 2017. Among the coaches that he had workouts and visits with were the Arizona Cardinals head coach Bruce Arians, New Orleans Saints head coach Sean Payton, Cincinnati Bengals quarterbacks coach Bill Lazor, and coaches from the Los Angeles Chargers, Cleveland Browns, Chicago Bears, and Pittsburgh Steelers. The Kansas City Chiefs selected Mahomes in the first round, 10th overall, of the 2017 NFL Draft. The Chiefs, originally slated to have the 27th overall selection, traded up in the draft with the Buffalo Bills for the 10th overall selection. The Chiefs traded their first-round pick and a third-round pick in 2017, and the Chiefs' first-round pick in the 2018 NFL Draft for the selection. A number of defensive coordinators have cited Mahomes' ability to improvise as one of his key skills. Since Mahomes' breakout 2018 season, NFL general managers and scouts have sought out prospects that can break out of design plays. Number 1 overall draft picks Kyler Murray and Bryce Young are regarded as examples of this effect, with the two being highly touted prospects despite lacking traditional size for the position. Joe Flacco, born on January 16, 1985, in Audubon, New Jersey, is a celebrated American football quarterback. He gained recognition for his standout performances at the University of Delaware, which led to his selection by the Baltimore Ravens in the 2008 NFL Draft. Flacco's career highlights include leading the Ravens to victory in Super Bowl 47 in 2013, where he was named MVP. Known for his strong arm and composure under pressure, Flacco earned a reputation as a reliable and talented player. Joseph Vincent Flacco, born January 16, 1985, is an American professional football quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts of the National Football League, NFL. He played college football for the Pittsburgh Panthers and the Delaware Fightin' Blue Hens and was selected by the Baltimore Ravens in the first round of the 2008 NFL Draft. Flacco was Baltimore's starting quarterback from 2008 until midway through the 2018 season, helping lead the Ravens to the playoffs 6 times during his tenure in Baltimore. The Ravens won the AFC North twice, appeared in 3 AFC Championship games, and won Super Bowl 47 following the 2012 season. Flacco was named Super Bowl XLVII's MVP, concluding a postseason run in which he tied Joe Montana's single postseason record for touchdown passes, 11, without an interception. That off-season, he signed a 6-year contract worth $120.6 million, a record high for a quarterback at the time. A decline in performance and a hip injury resulted in Flacco losing his starting position to Lamar Jackson. He was subsequently traded to the Denver Broncos in 2019. A neck injury cut his season short and he was waived by the Broncos with a failed physical designation. Flacco joined the Jets in 2020 as a backup to Sam Darnold. He then signed with the Philadelphia Eagles in 2021, but was traded back to the Jets after they lost Zach Wilson to injury. Flacco joined the Browns midway through the 2023 season following a season-ending injury to Deshaun Watson. He led Cleveland to a playoff berth and won the Comeback Player of the Year award. As of the 2023 NFL season, Flacco has the most career passing yards and touchdowns for any quarterback who has never been to a Pro Bowl. He was invited to the 2015 Pro Bowl following the 2014 season, but declined. At the height of his career, Flacco was also known for having one of the strongest arms in the NFL. Flacco was drafted by the Ravens in the first round as the 18th overall pick in the 2008 NFL Draft after the team traded out of the 8th overall selection to the 26th, then up again. The selection made Flacco the highest drafted player ever from the University of Delaware. He was also the first Division IFCS, formerly 1AA, quarterback selected in the first round of the draft since Steve McNair went 3rd overall to the Houston Oilers in the 1995 NFL Draft. Draft commentators initially criticized the pick as a reach, feeling Flacco would likely have still been available in the middle of the second round. DeCosta, however, stated waiting was too much of a gamble and that choosing Flacco in the first round was an easy decision to make. On July 16, 2008, he signed a 5-year contract with a maximum value of around $30 million, and $8.75 million guaranteed. In the season-opening game in Baltimore against the Kansas City Chiefs, Flacco led the Ravens to their first win of the season. He threw for 307 yards and 3 touchdowns, both career highs, along with 18 yards rushing. He also threw 1 interception and had a quarterback rating of 95.8. During this game, the Ravens broke the franchise record for most offensive yards in a game with a total of 501. In the season opener, Flacco and the Ravens opened New Meadowlands Stadium against the New York Jets. Flacco threw for 248 yards while completing 52.6% of his passes, throwing 1 interception and losing a fumble. In a defensive contest, the Ravens came away with the 10-9 win over their former defensive coordinator Rex Ryan. On January 20, 2013, Flacco and the Ravens avenged the previous year's AFC Championship game loss to the Patriots with a 28-13 win, securing their spot in the 2013 Super Bowl. Flacco threw for 240 yards and 3 touchdowns, notching his 3rd straight game with a passer rating over 100. With this win, Flacco became the 2nd NFL quarterback to defeat both Peyton Manning, with the Broncos, and Tom Brady in the same postseason since both became starting quarterbacks in 2001, the first to do so was Mark Sanchez in 2010. On July 26, 2017, it was revealed that Flacco was diagnosed with a back injury, ruling him out for 3 to 6 weeks of training camp. Against the Dolphins in Week 8, Flacco suffered a concussion after a hit from Kiko Alonso. On March 16, 2022, Flacco re-signed with the Jets for 1 year and $3.5 million. He was announced as the starter for the first 3 weeks of the season due to an injury to starter Zach Wilson. Making the start in Week 1 against his former team, the Baltimore Ravens, Flacco completed 37 of 59 passes for 307 yards, a touchdown, and an interception as the Jets lost 24-9. During Week 2 against the Browns, Flacco finished with 307 passing yards and 4 touchdowns. On March 22, 2024, Flacco signed with the Indianapolis Colts on a 1-year deal. He began the season as the backup to Anthony Richardson but took over in Week 4 against the Steelers after Richardson got injured. Flacco finished the game with 168 yards and 2 touchdowns. Thank you for tuning in to Games and Names. We appreciate your viewership. Looking forward to the next episode with more entertaining content. Until we meet again. Goodbye.